Hello, thank you for joining us for the Spotlight Series, the Rhode Island Wave. My name is Scott Nerney. We're here today with Chuck Wentworth, the consultant for the Rhythm and Roots Festival, to hear about the event. Chuck, thanks a lot for coming by and talking to us.
Oh, it's a pleasure. Glad to be here.
Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I've kind of reached the golden age here these
All right.
days. Basically, at this point in my life, I'm a family man. I've been with my wife, Deb, for about 54 years.
Congratulations.
Yeah. Not always been easy, but it's been worthwhile in the long run. We've got 3 kids, 9 grandchildren, and the best part is they all live within 5 miles of my house. So I get to see them quite a bit, and that's basically what I do with my spare time is, work on the event and then hang out with the family.
Well, it's a Rhode Island story not to move very far from where you grew up.
Exactly.
And one of the things you're doing is, as a consultant, you're producing in the past, and I understand the Rhythm and Roots Festival you've been involved with for a long time.
Yeah, the Rhythm and Roots has lasted 24 years. I was the producer and owner of the festival, along with my wife, Deb. But the whole journey started back in 1978. I joined the staff at WRIU Radio, 90.3 FM out of Kingston.
Okay.
And was the folk and roots music director, and also had a radio show every Monday night that lasted 37 years. I retired from that in 2016. Being in radio opened up a lot of doors for me, and it led me into festival production. And I started working at the old Cajun and Bluegrass Festival that was in Escaheg, Rhode Island. Started in '81. And what I did, joined as a volunteer for the first couple of years, and then from there took over the booking and running the production, and learned by seat of the pants on how to produce a festival. And I worked that festival for 17 years with a partner who eventually went bankrupt. And at that point I figured, well, the festival's over. But I had a friend in Maryland who was producing the Gray Fox Bluegrass Festival, and she and I got together and revived the Labor Day weekend festival. The festival's always been on Labor Day weekend. We revived it, renamed it as Rhythm and Roots, moved out of Escaheg, and took it to Ninigret Park in Charlestown.
Nice.
It's a perfect site. It's got 70 acres of land. It's all flat, so we've got room for 3 stages. We have a food court. We have a craft vending area. We have a campground. So it's a perfect facility for what we're doing.
So Labor Day weekend down in Ninigret.
Yep.
And is this, so we say the weekend, but when does it actually start and when does it wrap up?
For me, it starts year round.
Exactly, yeah, that's a great fair answer, yeah.
It starts the week after. It's, a lot of people look at it and say, well, it's just a 3-day event, and you do it, it's over with, and you move on. But it's a year-round job. It really starts to pick up steam in the late winter, where we start booking for the coming year. And then once that's done, we run into the whole advertising and publicity phase of it. And from there, we start gearing up towards doing the logistics, getting the porta-johns, the fencing, the generators, because there's basically nothing there in the park. We have to build everything.
Okay.
So we start a week before the festival. This year is September 2, 3, and 4. And we usually start the Saturday before, bringing in the tents, bringing in the generators, and it takes a full week to build it. And so we get up to that point. We open the gates on Friday night. We do a half a day on Friday, just do the nighttime portion.
Okay.
And that goes from 4 to 11. And then Saturday and Sunday we run from noon to 11. So it's 2.5 days of music, food, fun, and it's a great event. We draw people the last couple of years from about 35 different states.
Wow.
So yeah, they come from all over. It's a nationally known event.
And people can go there and with a camper, I assume?
Yeah, people, as I said, they come from all over the place, and they come in RVs, tents, pop-ups, and we've got enough room to accommodate all of that. The town caps our limit in the numbers of people that we camp at 1,500.
Okay.
So we can get up to that number without being overly crowded.
Oh, great.
There's room for people to spread out, and it's a typical festival camping situation. We call it camping in the rough. There's no hookups. We do provide showers. We provide drinking water. We've got somebody selling ice. So we provide basics.
Sure.
But people who go to these festivals expect that.
Right, yeah, that's the crowd that expects. And you're looking at roughly what kind of pricing?
It ranges from Friday night is $49, Saturday and Sunday are $79 each. The camping tickets run $249, and that provides camping for all 3 days, pass into the festival grounds for 3 days. And then we have a couple of combo packages, which Saturday, Sunday, 3 days without camping. And all of that can be found on our website, which is just rhythmandroots.com.
And we'll put that in the show notes so people can take a look at that. And people could just go down for the day as well if they wanted.
Oh yeah, yeah. We, as I said, we bring in almost 1,500 campers, and they're there for the weekend, and they're in and out all 3 days. But we do quite a bit of day trippers, and they'll be coming from, well, where Ninigret Park is in Charlestown. It's right off of Route 1, and it's kind of pretty much in the corridor between New York and Boston. So it's very easy access. Route 1 is easy road to navigate. We're right off of Route 1. We have our own exit for Ninigret Park. So it's very easy to find. And we draw from those areas for the day trippers.
Let's talk about past famous acts that you've had. I mean, there's been so many. What's been some of your favorites over the years?
Dr. John, who was one of our big acts. He played maybe 4 or 5 times before he passed, and he was always a crowd favorite. Susan Tedeschi, who now is with the Tedeschi Trucks Band, and we booked her when she was just up and coming. She originally lived on the Cape, so we got her in the early years. We can't afford her now, but
sure.
It was always a great memory of having a lot of acts that we booked who were up and coming. And in the past, when we did the Cajun Bluegrass Festival, I booked Alison Krauss a number of times, and she's gone on to win 26 Grammys, and she's built a great career in country and bluegrass music. This year we've got the band Little Feat, who we've had in the past.
Very nice.
Yeah, and they're doing really well. They're selling a lot of tickets for us right now. They're going to be on Sunday night. We've got this woman out of Vermont, Grace Potter, who is a great singer-songwriter, but she's also a rocker too. She can really deliver on stage, puts on a high-energy show. I think Rolling Stone called her one of the best voices in rock music today. She's there. We've got some great blues acts like Samantha Fish, North Mississippi All-Stars. It's a good lineup that people can, again, check out on the website.
And they can order tickets on the website as well?
Oh yeah. We've got a situation set up. We've got a ticket page where people can go in and scroll down and pick out what kind of tickets they want, and very easy.
And traditionally, we have really good weather on Labor Day weekend here in Rhode Island.
Yeah, we hope.
We hope. I will put my request in with the local weather people. But typically, if you look at Memorial Day is hot, July 4th is really hot, but Labor Day is starting to cool off, and it should be a fantastic time to have a festival.
It is. in the past, it's been like 70 during the days, cools off into the 50s at night,
Yeah,
and it's a really comfortable weekend.
great. Well, I wish you a lot of luck. I'm sure a lot of folks will be checking out the website, and if there's anything else we can do, we'll pass on the information to you. And are you still looking for volunteers to help with the show?
Oh yeah, yeah, and that's also on the website too.
Okay.
We've got a volunteer page, and yeah, I'm glad you mentioned that. We have about 350 volunteers
Wow.
that we rely on to run the festival, and they handle everything from picking up trash and recycling, running the gates, running ticket sales, working on the site crew, building the dance floors. Let me mention that too. With the 3 stages we have a main stage which we call the rhythm stage, and that's where the major acts play, and that's in a big field that people can just come, bring lawn chairs, blankets, spread out, and enjoy it. And then in another corner, we have a dance tent, and it's a 60 by 120 foot dance tent with a
Very nice.
wooden dance floor underneath and a stage. And we bring up bands from Louisiana who play Cajun and Zydeco music, and they go from noon to 11, and the dance floor is always packed. People love that. And then we have another stage under another 60 by 120 tent where we feature workshops during the day, and then features some of the acts that are played early in the day on the main stage, and we put them in there later at night. So if you miss them early in the day, you can catch that act in the evening.
Wow. So dance in the morning, afternoon, and then catch the main act a little bit more intimate setting in the evening.
Yeah, the way we've got it set up, it's like a big circular pattern where people can, they're sitting at the main stage, they get up, if they're hungry, they want a beer or a glass of wine, they get up, and to get there, they have to pass the dance tent. So they go from there to the food court, over to the other stage, and then back again. So we try to keep people moving and, just give them an option to grab food and drink or look at crafts. And it's a complete festival experience.
Great. It sounds fantastic. Sorry to see you stepping away from it. Glad you stayed for this year as a consultant, and I'm looking forward to many more years of it. Hopefully you'll still be consulting with them going forward.
Yeah, it was a tough year last year. We canceled in 2020,
Of course.
and we came back last year, and I took ill first thing Saturday morning, so I ended up missing the festival. And for me personally, that was quite a blow after planning and preparing for 2 years and then missing the event.
That's your baby.
Yeah, and according to everybody in the family stepped up big time. When I mentioned earlier about all the grandkids and kids, they all work. They're there, they help run the festival with me, and they stepped up big time. My oldest grandson, Drew, who's 23, took my phone and said, I'll handle all the calls, I'll deal with any situations that arise. The other grandkids pitched in and took care of golf carts and a variety of other things. So it's a really nice family event. But when I got out of the hospital, I went and visited quite a few doctors, and they all said I should step away because of the stress. And so I made that decision in late winter of this year to just step away and cancel the festival, which I did. And within a couple of weeks, I must have had a dozen inquiries about people wanting to buy the festival, which really surprised me because I didn't know what I was going to do. We've got all this equipment and all this goodwill that we've built up. We've got a legacy of 24 years, which I hated to see go.
It's a tribute to everything you've built, and not only the memories of what has been, but the tribute to what can still be.
Yeah, well, what happened, we found a company from Hartford, Connecticut called Goodworks, and they run about 6 venues in Connecticut, and they do about 600 shows a year. And they expressed interest, I met with them, and immediately we clicked, and I knew that they were a great fit. I had other companies and other individuals offer more money, but I settled for less money, knowing that GoodWorks would do the job right. So they've taken over, and as we said, I'm consulting, trying to ease a transition for them. They do a lot of shows. They know the concert business, but this is a new venture for them, stepping into festivals, and they're starting to find out it's a whole different ball game. So I've been trying to take them through timelines and different aspects of what needs to be done, and they're catching up. It's going to be a couple of years before they fully grasp what we're doing, but we're both working on the booking together. I'm handling one end of it, and they're handling the headliners this year, who we've got Little Feat coming back, Grace Potter, as I said, and a lot of blues acts. And Friday night we're doing a New Orleans night. We've got 4 bands coming up direct from New Orleans, and that's going to kick off the festival with a big New Orleans dance party.
Great. Well, looking forward to it.
Yeah.
I really want to thank you for coming by.
Oh, it's a pleasure.
It's a pleasure to have you.
Thank you.